of G. Edward Griffin. He's in this film, Fall of the Republic. Lindsey, in this short segment we've got, we're going to come back. I'm going to sit back, give you the floor to go through all your points, recap who you are briefly, then this latest info, and then we got through about half the info yesterday, this breaking, first time ever information here from this inside source you've got. I believe you have this inside source. It's been proven to be very accurate in the past. I respect your 30 years of fighting the globalist. So I want to just say I believe what you're covering here today. I believe that's his view and his perspective. We'll analyze what he's really saying later. But Lindsey Williams, great to have you here with us.
Alex, thank you for allowing me the privilege of being on your show this morning to back up everything you are saying. Folks out there in Alex listening audience, everything I just heard Alex say here a few moments ago is the truth. Now, Alex said, give me a brief background. Okay, I will, and make it very brief because there's so much else to be said. For 3 years' time, I was the chaplain to the elite of the world. How did it happen? I was a missionary in the state of Alaska. That was when they began building the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline. I heard that 35,000 of the roughest, toughest, cussingest, drinkingest, orneriest folks on the face of the earth were going to be there to build that pipeline. I went to Alaska Pipeline Service Company. I said, do you need a chaplain on the pipeline? They laughed at me. They said, we never had a chaplain on a pipeline before in our life. Finally, they allowed me. I guess I kept going back and back enough. Persistence paid off. They gave me the Prudhoe Bay area all the way down to Galbraith Lake, 7 work camps. About 6 months later, the personnel relations man with Alaska came to me and said, Chaplain, you're saving us thousands of dollars of counseling fees. We'd like to give you executive status. Alex, I had not the slightest idea, but this was by the providence of God. Folks, please listen to this. I can put it no other way. I'm just an ordinary, everyday person like you. I was nothing but an aviation missionary flying around out in the bush of Alaska. But by the providence of God, God put me into the board meetings with the elite of the world that very few people ever get to know personally, one-on-one. And for 3 years' time, I sat across the dinner table from them. I lived in the dorms with them. I was able to pick their brains and to analyze their mindset and to write 3 books later about how these people think and do. And as a result, for the past 35 years, I have been in touch with some of these people. And I still have the phone numbers personally that I can call them. And they will not allow me to give out their names. One of them is over 85 years of age. And just recently, in fact, days ago, only a few days ago, I talked with him on the telephone, and he gave me all of this information. Alex, I honestly believe that by the providence of God, I was given this information so that I can back up everything that you and others like you are saying. Folks, it is true. The Fall of the Republic. Oh, I'm so glad you've got this DVD out, Alex. I've got to have a copy of it. I want to talk to your producer afterwards. Get one immediately. The Fall of the Republic's here. They made this plain to me on this radio show. On the talk that he and I had, not a radio show. But and also a moment ago, Alex, this man.
Well, Lindsey, stay there. We got a break. We're going to come back, get into the notes you had from this meeting.
When you're ready to purify your family's drinking water.
And I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. And time keeps dragging on.
We are back live. Okay, Lindsey. People are chomping at the bit to hear this info. They want to hear it all. I know you detail it more in the DVD. We'll talk about that coming up in the next hour. But this is a short segment. Next one's short, long one coming up. But I'm going to just sit back. He called you, thought he was close to dying, spilt his guts to you about the whole agenda. Start going through the bullet points. You got the floor.
The Fall of the Republic, I'll tell you how long you've got. He told me. He made it very plain. I'm going to give you his exact statements. You want the punchlines? Here they are. I'll give them to you just as he told me. Now, keep in mind, folks, this is a man who knows everything that goes on behind closed doors. He's over 85 years of age. He almost died last winter. He confessed. Basically, all I can say is he told me everything that you can imagine. I have never had such information given to me before. He said, quote, within 2 years, you will not recognize America. Everything you're saying on this DVD of yours, Alex Jones, The Fall of the Republic, it is true. You have 2 years or less, and it's gone. your children and your grandchildren, according to him, will be nothing but slaves to the elite for the rest of their lives. Folks, we are selling our children and grandchildren to the elite within 2 years or less. They think that they have it made. I'd like to prove them wrong, Alex, and I think you're going to prove them wrong also. The next statement, he said the elite have altered their timeline. And we'll go into this more later in the show as we go along, but you've got to understand that the elite are not divine. They're human beings. They think they're divine most of the time, but they have had to alter their timeline. They did it because you gave them $2.5 trillion, approximately, dollars in the last 2 to 3 months of the Bush administration, and they have had to change a few things around. Next great statement he made. After 2 years, and folks, this is startling. I'm quoting him verbatim. After 2 years, you will be so poor, you will not be able to rebel. Now, they have a timeline, a 2-year period. Folks, we must do something within this period of time, or we are slaves, and we'll never be able to get out of it. This treaty that our president is signing here just in a matter of days, please understand what Alex is saying about this. It is only a part of the elite's program to be able to bring about what he said to me. He said, after 2 years, you will be so poor that you will not be able to rebel against them. You won't be able to buy an airline ticket. You won't be able to go somewhere to a rally. You won't be able to have another Boston Tea Party. They have it planned as far as inflation is concerned. His next statement, inflation will escalate over a period of 2 years. Again, crude oil prices, they will fluctuate a little bit, but they're still going to stay down way below what they were when it was $147 a barrel. Oh, please sell all the gold you can, Alex. I don't care how much of my time you take in order to sell gold. I beg of you, get all the gold and silver you can in your hands, because he said to me, he said, gold and silver are all you can rely on. He again said, this is their currency. It's what they depend on. They don't depend on a piece of paper. They laugh at that. Again, by 2012, the dollar will be dead. Now, I'm just giving you the best I can. The statements, as I wrote them very fast, as he was giving them to me, 2012 is a timeline for them. I know it's a part of the Mayan calendar also, which I don't pay much attention to. But whenever a person like this of the elite, remember, 2 years ago, he said to me, the price of crude oil is going from $147 a barrel to $50 a barrel. Everybody thought I was crazy. In fact, I don't think you even let me on your show at first with that, Alex. It was so startling and
No, we had you on as soon as we learned about it. We'll be right back, Lindsey.